Good morning, welcome to this full day of food. We are starting off the day just getting some breakfast. Breakfasts look kind of different every day and over the summer especially. So sometimes I do make a big pot of oatmeal and everybody has that, or I'll make a big batch of scrambled eggs. Sometimes the kids will just come and just grab their own breakfast. It just depends on the day, depends on what we're having for breakfast. So we did make some chocolate chip muffins. I know not the healthiest, but we had some chocolate chip muffins. They are just sitting on the counter here. So I think the kids will probably each have that. If they don't want that, they can have a piece of toast or something instead. We are out of fruit. Why do I feel like so often when I'm sharing a full day of food, I'm like, look, we're out of fruit. I am going to the grocery store in like half an hour here and I'll come home with lots of fruit. But for now, we do have yogurt in the fridge. Looks like everybody wants some yogurt. Are you guys all having muffins this morning?
No.
Anybody want toast or something instead?
Yes.
Okay, well I got a loaf of bread out here. That's kind of for lunch today too, but I just got out the Vitamix because I'm going to be making a smoothie for my breakfast. We're also in that summer mode where, you know, we all just... Guys, we don't need to fight over colors. Hey, we don't need to fight over colors. Where we're all, everybody's eating breakfast late. So typically in the school year, you know, I tell you guys, I eat breakfast around 9, but the kids eat breakfast earlier. Here it is. You woke up at 9. Yep, so that happens sometimes. It's currently 9:15, and so we're all just kind of having a late breakfast together today. Yum, yum, yum. Looks so good. We've got bread toasting, and then for my smoothie here, I've got almond milk, cottage cheese, and frozen strawberries. Yes, the same smoothie I make almost every day. I will put a scoop of whey vanilla protein powder. Super simple to throw together, low carb, and packed with protein. We always take our vitamins at breakfast, so the kids each take a multivitamin. I take a multivitamin. I also have been taking turmeric. I've talked to you guys about how I have this shoulder inflammation problem, and Andrew was like, Julie, you need to take turmeric. That helps with inflammation. So I have been taking turmeric every day at breakfast and supper, and I think that that is helping. We also take vitamin C at supper, just trying to keep our bodies healthy, running at their best. The kids have been trying these vitamins lately from the brand Hiya. This is a children's vitamin that is clean and tasty. It doesn't have that added sugar and gummy junk that a lot of vitamins these days have. Today's children's vitamins are basically just candy in disguise with sugar and other unhealthy additives, and so that's why Hiya was created. This is a pediatrician approved children's vitamin that will fill in all those gaps in your child's diet, providing them with the nourishment that they need. Thanks to Hiya Health for sponsoring today's video. We are enjoying these vitamins, and when you make your first order, you receive a glass bottle with these customizable stickers, and so my kids have really been enjoying decorating their own personal bottles. Hiya also is giving my viewers 50% off their first order. So you need to go to hiyahealth.com/mama-to-5 or go to the link in my description box to make your first purchase. Fancy French press coffee this morning. This doesn't really have anything to do with the full day of food, but I did just get home with all of my groceries, filmed a grocery haul, and I'm like so hot just from running in and out of the house and bringing all the groceries in and setting them up and stuff. And so I'm wearing a sundress, which I love wearing dresses in the summer. Like I like wearing shorts and t-shirts and stuff, but most of the time I would prefer to wear a dress. Also, I wanted to let you guys know I still have a coupon code for Ana Luisa. You guys see every single time I'm wearing a necklace, well, 90% of the time I'm wearing a necklace, it's the Ana Luisa brand. This is my favorite one here, the one that says Mama. I will link my 20% off discount code in the description box if you want to check them out. And this is what our fridge looks like after a grocery trip. One of these days I need to get a second fridge or a bigger fridge or something. This is how much room we have for a fridge in this space, but it makes for a very full fridge after grocery day. Still have the lettuce sitting out, and I was just feeding the sourdough here. I don't think I'm gonna make bread today, but I am gonna bake some bread tomorrow. We are having grilled cheese for lunch. Can we have watermelon? That would be good. We might wait to have watermelon till snack time later, okay, bud? So I'm gonna slice a lot of bread here, slice a lot of cheese, and then we're gonna take our lunch outside today. It's always great when you pull out the butter, and that's, we don't have a microwave to soften it or anything, so that's gonna be a little annoying. If I had noticed it a little bit earlier, what I sometimes do, not being a microwave family, is I will get a measuring cup and fill it with warm water and then just stick this inside. And that is a great way to just defrost your butter, soften it a bit. But I don't even have time for that today. I'm just having another small coffee here as the grilled cheese cooks. And yes, it is just after 1 o'clock. You know you make grilled cheese with homemade bread when the pieces are not that uniform. I tend to always overcook that first side. It's like one little step before being burnt. This is my little veggie snitch right here. Always snitching the veggies. What's your favorite veggie to have with dip?
I think peppers.
You think peppers? Carrots are mine. Or cucumbers. Carrots are definitely my favorite. Typically probably not without dip, but when we have dip, carrots are so good. The crunch.
Do you use cucumbers with that?
We do. We have cucumbers, Wes. Oh no. We're not doing ranch.
I'm just showing you that I can do cucumbers. See?
I see that. Yep. So here is our lunch. Elijah just brought out plates and cups and stuff outside, and then we'll bring all of the food out there. So we have the grilled cheese. We're definitely gonna have ketchup with that as well. I made this homemade veggie dip. It's so good. I'll have to put the recipe down below in the description box. It makes all of us eat, like I serve raw veggies a lot, but we eat so many more when we have a yummy dip. I do really want to finish up these muffins today too, so I'm just going to put those on a plate and I'm going to slice them up into quarters for just a little dessert, I guess, after this lunch. This has kind of been our summer routine. We have a late breakfast, meaning that we then have a late lunch, and we really have no choice but to have an early supper because we have baseball in the evenings, and so there's no real time for snacks during the day. We will have a snack later on this evening because we're up for quite a few hours after our early dinner. But for now, I'm gonna get started on making dinner. And my plan for tonight was to make a chicken breast, sweet potato, and broccoli casserole, I guess. I put all of that into one baking pan, stick that in the oven, and it is delicious. We all really enjoy that meal. But it's hot today, and it takes about an hour to cook this in the oven. So I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not turning the oven on for an hour. So I searched and searched for a recipe to do kind of the same dish, but in the Instant Pot. I think I found a recipe that will work. It's just a little bit different in the Instant Pot, like I need to add some liquid to it. But we're gonna try out this new recipe. Hopefully it's just as tasty. It's really simple. It's just chopped up chicken, broccoli, sweet potatoes, some butter, and this one calls for chicken broth, and some spices. I am also drinking a cream soda, sparkling water. I am doubling this recipe I am making today, just peeling some sweet potatoes. And usually when I make a recipe for the very first time, I follow the directions really closely. I might play with it and change it up a future time, but I want to make sure that I'm making the recipe accurately so I can judge it accurately. But I will say this recipe says to put 3 cups of chicken broth at the bottom of the Instant Pot before putting all the veggies and chicken in, which sounds like so much to me. Like that's gonna be so soupy. So I poured in 3/4 cups of water. I'm not even adding chicken bouillon to it because I don't think it needs it. I think it's gonna have enough spices without it. Also forgive my angles and lighting and whatever. I just wanted to talk to you guys as I peel a potato, so it is what it is. Besides that liquid amount, I think I will follow the rest of the recipe very closely. So everything is layered. It's the chicken. I already have my chicken breast at the bottom. Now I am just starting to chop up my sweet potatoes. So the water's at the bottom, chicken breasts all chopped up, sweet potatoes all chopped up. I've put salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder on top. Now I'm going to do 6 tablespoons of butter and just kind of distribute that over top. You don't even stir this before cooking, which I find really interesting. The butter is all added, and now my last step is just to put the broccoli in like this. I'm kind of laughing because I don't know, this sounds kind of funny to me. But I'm guessing the reason is so that it doesn't get burnt. And then when it's done cooking, I open this up and stir everything together and like chop the broccoli up. Just pulled the lid off here. My first thoughts are the sweet potatoes are so soft. And that is plenty of, sorry, give this a second to unfog. There is plenty of liquid. I don't want to get too close, but do you see that? Lots of liquid. I got out a cutting board, but then I just stuck my fork in there and was like, oh no, all I need to do is just use a fork to take apart that broccoli. And it reminded me, I saw an Instagram reel recently showing the same thing, that you can cook your broccoli without chopping it up first, and it's kind of easier that way. Okay, as you can see, the sweet potato, like this is definitely gonna be served in a bowl, and the sweet potato is just like falling apart. Does that look appetizing? I mean, no, not really. We are about to head out the door, and so I chopped up some watermelon earlier this afternoon and just stuck it in this container, ready to go. We're going to bring these goldfish. Oh, I also, kids are cleaning up the kitchen behind me. I also poured myself one more coffee. I just remembered that I never gave an update on that dinner tonight. It was really, really tasty, but it was definitely not a hit in our house. The kids definitely did not eat it very well at all. And I think that's just because everything was kind of mushy. Like I said, the flavors were excellent. I love that flavor blend with sweet potatoes, chicken, broccoli. I think next time I make it, I would probably follow that same recipe, so I'll still link it down below. But I would do it on slow cook. So if I could have cooked it on low or even high for a few hours, and I could kind of keep an eye on how the sweet potatoes and broccoli are doing and that they're not getting overcooked, I think it would have been a win. The kids just got to bed. We came home, they all had snacks again. It's hard for me to keep up with like every single thing my kids eat. My oldest son, the baseball player, comes home and he usually wants a piece of toast after a game. The other kids had some fruit, and anyway, I am going to have a snack now. And I have some popcorners in the cupboard that are calling my name. I will close this full day of food here. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you soon.